Hello and welcome back to Simple-ESL, the simple way to learn English. And welcome to Learn English for Travel, Useful Phrases and Grammar on your first trip abroad. Throughout this lesson, we will go step by step through different travel situations in the airport, hotel, directions, emergencies. We'll also practice pronunciation, go through some role play and some dialogue, and help you to use the phrases naturally in conversation. Let's begin with our lesson objectives. Now, don't forget, this lesson is aimed at an A2 to B1 level. So here is the focus for today. First, we're going to learn common travel phrases that are used in airports and hotels. Next, we'll practice how to ask and understand directions. This is a key skill when visiting a new place. Then we will look at how to use simple sentences in emergencies, such as asking for help. And finally, we'll use what we've learned to develop some real dialogues, some short role plays, and a little bit of a homework task for you as well. Now, why is this useful? Travel is one of the most common reasons that people learn English. When you visit another country, it's useful to know some helpful phrases and to have some shared language that helps you to communicate. So using these key phrases can be a big difference. It helps you to feel safe and confident and independent when you're abroad. So the example, if I were to say, "Where is gate 5?" and someone replies, "It's over there." Whoa, you zoomed in quickly there. Say, "It's over there." You'll understand and avoid confusion. These are small but important phrases and make travel much easier. This September, I've got something special to help you with your English learning. Our Patreon membership, usually £4.99 a month, is now just 50p for your first month. That's almost 90% off. You'll get access to every worksheet, grammar course, and a new piece of content, at least one, every week. But hurry! This back to school special ends on the 23rd of October. Use the QR code or go to patreon.com/simple-esl and use the code 9948C and start learning today. That's patreon.com/simple-esl. Use the code 9948C. We'll see you there. Now, airport phrases. We're going to start by taking a look at phrases and vocabulary we can use in the airport. In terms of vocabulary, we have passport. This is an official document used to travel between countries. For example, please show your passport at the check-in desk. So repeat after me. Passport. Passport. We have boarding pass. This is a ticket that lets you enter the plane to travel. Don't lose your boarding pass before you board the flight. Boarding pass. Boarding pass. We have gate. Gate. This is an area at the airport where passengers enter the plane. Our gate number is 12. We have flight. Repeat after me. Flight. This is a journey by air between two places. My flight to London leaves at 6 p.m. Flight. We have luggage. Repeat after me. Luggage. These are bags and suitcases that you take on the trip. Your luggage is too heavy for carry-on. Luggage. Now we get to the airport with our boarding pass and our passport. We need to go to the check-in desk. Check-in desk. This is the counter where you register, where you go with these documents before your flight. You can find the check-in desk near the entrance. Departure. This is when the plane leaves the airport. The departure time is printed on your ticket. Departure. How about arrival? Repeat after me. Arrival. This is when the plane reaches its destination. We were waiting in the arrival hall for our friends. Fantastic work. Now, what could be some useful phrases and questions? We could ask where the check-in desk is. Where is check-in desk number 10? A question you might hear. Can I see your passport, please? What time does the flight leave? What time does the flight leave? What do you notice about these questions? These questions use the past simple tense. So let's talk about that for a second. We use past simple to talk about things that are regular, factual, or part of a schedule. At the airport, flights always follow a timetable. They leave and arrive at a specific time. This is why we say the plane leaves at 6 p.m. The flight arrives at 8 a.m. Even though these are future events, we use past simple because they are part of a fixed schedule. The time will not change. So the grammar pattern for this, we have subject plus the base form of the verb. And often we add s or es for he, she, or it. The plane leaves at 6. So it would leave at 6. We add an s because it is an it. They arrive at 8. So we don't use s for that one. They arrive at 8. He arrives at 8. So we can see the difference there where we add s or es to he, she, or it when they're the subject. Now repeat after me. The plane leaves at 6 p.m. The flight arrives at 8 a.m. Good job. Now just make sure you pay attention to the pronunciation. Leaves and arrives both end with a soft Z sound. So leaves, arrives. Now we've got off the plane. We want to check into the hotel. Here are some important words that are going to help you with checking in at the hotel. Reservation. Reservation. So this is a booking you make before you arrive. I have a reservation for 2 nights. Reception. Reception. This is the front area of the hotel where guests can check in. Please go to reception to get your key. Speaking of key, room key. Room key. This is a key or a card that opens the hotel room. So my example sentence, don't forget your room key at breakfast. We have lift. This is British English, lift, or if it's American, elevator. So let's hear lift, elevator. This is a machine that takes you up and down floors in a hotel. The lift is on the right. We go to the reception desk to check in. This is to register to get your room at the hotel. And at the end of our stay, we will check out. This is to leave the hotel and return the key. We also have breakfast. Breakfast. This is the first meal of the day, often included in the stay. What time is breakfast served? Breakfast. And we go to reception. The person standing on reception is the receptionist. Can you repeat? Receptionist. So this is the person who helps guests at the reception. Some useful phrases we have here. I have a reservation. Can I check in, please? What time is breakfast? The lift is on the right. I'd like us to have a little look at some more grammar here. We're using have or has to talk about possession or things that we own or hold. So if we're talking about the room key, we have the room key. If we're talking about the reservation, it belongs to me. I've made the reservation. I have a reservation. Now remember, we only use S when the subject is he, she, or it. We don't use, we can also use don't have and doesn't have for negatives. So, do you have a reservation? No, I don't. No, I do not have a reservation. If it was he, she, or it, if he didn't have a reservation, what would we say? He don't have a reservation? He does not. Don't forget, he, she, or it, we add es or s onto the verb. He does not have a reservation. Hopefully this makes some sense to you. Using have or has correctly helps you sound more confident and polite when speaking to hotel staff. We have some directions on screen here. I'm going to help you to explore the new city. You need to ask for directions. Useful words can include left, right, straight ahead, next to, opposite. How we use these in sentences. Excuse me, where is the bus stop? So we can listen for left, right, straight ahead, next to, opposite. Go straight ahead, turn left. The hotel is opposite the park. Opposite means across from something. So when you're learning directions, it can help to visualize streets or draw a quick map to follow. So why not use your phone, get your maps out, and you can use this for your directions. Now, when we travel, we don't want to have an emergency, but things don't always go to plan. You might lose something or get sick or need help. Here are some important words. Okay, we have help. Help. This word is used when you're in danger or need assistance. Help, I can't find my friends. Police. Police. This is a person who protects the public. It is their job to keep order. Call the police. My bag was stolen. Doctor. Doctor. A person trained to help when you're sick or hurt. So if you feel sick, help. I need a doctor, please. Doctor. Hospital. Hospital. A place where doctors and nurses treat patients. Where is the nearest hospital? Lost. Lost. This is when you don't know where you are or how to get back to where you need to go. I'm lost. Can you help me find my hotel? Emergency. Emergency. A serious or dangerous situation that needs quick action. We would use the police in an emergency. So call the police. There's an emergency. Please hurry. Pharmacy. Pharmacy. A shop where you can buy medicine, plasters, bandages. Is there a pharmacy nearby? Ambulance. Woo, woo, woo. A vehicle that takes sick people to a hospital. Call an ambulance, someone is hurt. Ambulance. Fantastic. The grammar we're going to need for this, we need to be able to ask for the things that we want. I need for emergencies. How do we use this? We use I need to talk about something that is necessary or urgent, something you must have. In an emergency, it's fastest and clearest to ask for help. Let's look at the pattern. I need plus the noun. It's the example we have here. Something that we need or want. I need a doctor. I need help. We can also build it by saying I need plus to plus a verb. This is something we want to do, not as urgent. I need to find my passport, for example. So this structure is very simple, but very powerful. In emergencies, use short, direct sentences. We want to be able to understand what each person is saying, even if your pronunciation isn't perfect. So practice with me. I need help. I need help. A little bit more pronunciation practice here. We're going to go over some of the information that we've been through in this lesson. So repeat after me. Passport. Passport. Room key. Room key. Straight ahead. Straight ahead. Doctor. Doctor. Help. Help. Good work. Continue to practice the vocabulary. Train your mouth and memory at the same time, so you remember when you need to use this information. We're going to do a bit of a matching exercise here. Okay, so I'd like to match the phrase to the situation. When would we say, I have a reservation? Does it happen at an airport? A hotel? It happens at a hotel. Where is gate 12? When might we hear that? Where is gate 12? At an airport. If you hear go straight ahead, turn left, what are we hearing? We're hearing directions. I need a doctor. What's the situation? It is an emergency. Can I check in, please? Once again, it's hotel. Well done. If you got all of those correct, you're remembering your vocabulary. Very good work. Let's read this dialogue together and then we're going to fill in the gaps. This is information from an airport. Hello, can I see your, please? Yes, here is my pass. Thank you. Your flight is at 6 p.m. Let's read it aloud and get the correct answers. Hello, can I see your passport, please? Yes, here is my boarding pass. Thank you. Your flight leaves at 6 p.m. Well done if you got all of those correct. We're going to try another dialogue here, this time no hints. Gap fill for a hotel. Good evening. A reservation. Can I have your name, please? Anna Brown. Thank you. Here is your room. Let's read it aloud with the answers. Good evening. I have a reservation. Yes. Can I have your name, please? Anna Brown. Thank you. Here is your room key. Well done if you got those correct. If you'd like more practice, don't forget there are worksheets available on our Patreon page. A bit of a listening exercise here. I want you to identify the situation. I'll read them aloud. You tell me if it's a direction or an emergency. Excuse me, where is the train station? Go straight ahead and turn right. Is that an emergency? It's a direction. Second dialogue. Help! I need a doctor. The hospital is opposite the bank. It starts as an emergency. Help! That's how we know it's an emergency. But we do get a direction. Where is the hospital? Opposite the bank. So well done if you said emergency and direction. Now, a little bit of travel discussion. I'd like you to take some time to think of answers to these questions. Maybe use the vocabulary you've learnt in the lesson. You can also practice this on our worksheet. Have you ever travelled abroad? What phrases are most important for travel? And where would you like to travel using English? Take a few minutes and think of your ideas. This will help you build confidence in speaking about travel and speaking in English, and connect your own experiences to what you have learned today. And great work. Let's review what we have learned today. So in today's lesson, we learned travel phrases. Okay, so travel phrases for the airport, the hotel, directions and emergencies. Just enough to get us started. Grammar with present simple with schedules, have or has for possession, and I need for emergencies. We also practiced some dialogue and some listening comprehension. Our next steps, I want you to practice this dialogue at home. Write down 5 new travel phrases you want to remember.